3 million views, 5 million views, 9 million views. About 1 year into starting shorts, I had finally figured out the blueprint to consistently going viral. And today, I'm going to be passing that knowledge on to you. This video won't be a basic tutorial where I tell you to use a certain niche or hashtags. All of that stuff is you'll be learning the exact formula that top creators use to blow up all of their shorts. So focus up, take notes if you'd like, and let's get started. Before we can talk about breaking the algorithm, we need to understand how it works and also how it can be exploited. And first things first, it's not random and it has nothing to do with luck. The algorithm simply shows the best, most engaging content on the platform. So as long as you can make engaging shorts with high retention, then blowing up is pretty much guaranteed. And to prove that statement, let's go back to one when I was just starting out on shorts. I had basically no idea what I was doing and my shorts wouldn't even break 100 views, but I kept improving my content until I finally started having success on the channel. I believe it took about 4 months for me to hit 10,000 subscribers. But here's where it gets crazy on my next channel. After that, I hit 10,000 subscribers in 3 weeks simply because I was more experienced and knew how to make better content. So believe me, when I say the algorithm always recognizes good shorts and pushes them forward, and you'll start seeing this happen with your shorts. If you do everything I tell you to, everything else is completely useless if you neglect this step. An interesting topic is the basis of every viral short out there, and without it, you can never hope to get many views. So start with this, think of your intended audience, the people in your niche. What do they want to see? What type of videos are already performing well in your space? Take some time to consider these questions. I also suggest that you go research the big channels in your niche to see what VID types worked well for them. Now I found this creator's channel, and I think it's a perfect example of why those things are so important. If we look at his most popular shorts, you'll see that the topics are aimed at a younger audience, mostly school kids. Therefore, when he starts making videos that don't appeal to younger school kids, you can see that his views shoot way down. But now, if we look at his most recent short, he got a lot more views than usual because he again started targeting his core audience. So always consider who your audience is and what they want to watch. Now, just by following that advice, your video ideas will be 10 times better than they were before, but there's still more to it. Take a look at this short.
Mr. Beast shared the key secret to his success on YouTube, and it's not what you'd expect.
Like, all you need to do, this applies to people who have not uploaded videos but have dreams of being a YouTuber, is make 100 videos and improve something every time.
All right, the video continues for 20 more seconds, but we can pause it there. So what went wrong? Well, the topic itself wasn't the issue. It was pretty attention grabbing, and the audience probably initially stayed to watch, but this short still would have never performed well because the creator made a huge mistake that you might be making as well. For a minute, pretend you're the audience of this short. So the video idea was introduced to us at the beginning, how Mr. Beast got successful. We got interested and decided to watch to find out how, but only 5 seconds later, we immediately got what we came for. Mr. Beast revealed how he got successful. So there was no more anticipation and we ended up scrolling away. The terrible mistake this creator made was paying off the topic too quickly. Ideally, the secret should have been revealed at the end. That way, the audience had to keep watching in order to find it out. This shows us that the delivery and execution of the topic are equally as important as the actual idea, which takes me to my next point. This is a huge aspect to master. If you want to effortlessly make viral content, editing is how you present your video. The external things like cutting, pacing, and caption structure is how you compose your video with things like storytelling and payoffs. Learn how to combine good structure and good editing, and you'll be going viral with every single post. And to help you guys with that, there's a system that I use called HPC, which I'll break down for you guys, starting with H, the hook. The first 5 seconds of your shorts, also the most important part of your content. Your hook should introduce the topic of the video while still leaving the viewer with a lot of questions. Look at how this creator executed his hook on a short with over 70 million views.
I want to be the first person to have a snowball fight in the desert.
All right, let's break that down. So it was fast paced and attention grabbing, no pauses, quick music with captions on the screen, but it also gave us a lot of questions. How's he going to have a snowball fight in that? Where is he going to get snow? How did he even get in a desert? So we would have continued watching to answer those questions. And that leads us to the second letter of HPC progression.
But there's a problem. It's hot out here, the sand won't form balls, and we don't have any snow. So Braden and I grabbed our cooler and headed for the mountains. It was a long voyage, and I often wondered if it was going to be worth it.
Right, so we're progressing along in the short, and notice how the creator is meeting the expectations he set in the intro. He said he was going to have a snowball fight in the desert, so now he's fulfilling that promise and literally showing the adventure to get snow. This is something you have to do in your shorts. Imagine if he said, okay, now let's get some snow. And then he walks to his car and pulls out a cooler filled with ice. That would be terrible, right? We'd be so disappointed. So make sure that the idea given in the intro matches the actual content. Now, the final letter of HPC stands for climax. The climax is the moment that the topic is fulfilled and the audience finally gets what they came for, which in this case is a snowball fight in the desert. Now, there's only one thing that two men can do with a cooler full of snow: throw it at each other, and that wraps up everything nicely. That was overall a very good short. The use of editing complemented the video style. The music was fitting. He threw some jokes in there as well. And the storytelling was very effective. Even if your niche is completely different from this guy, if you apply his same tactics to your own content, you'll start seeing your shorts get hundreds of thousands of views. And also, never be afraid to imitate other creators. Learning from successful channels is a very important part of improving your shorts. So at this point, you should have the knowledge to make a good short, but we're not done yet. Most people are limiting their views without even realizing it because they overlook some crucial details about the actual posting of their content. And I'm not talking about hashtags or the title that's only the tip of the iceberg on one of my earlier shorts channels. I was kind of just experimenting with my uploads, seeing if there was an ideal post frequency and time of day. And what I found was actually pretty interesting. First, the day of the week didn't matter at all. I had shorts fail and succeed on literally every day of the week. But what actually did matter was the time of posting. I noticed that my shorts posted in the morning would get noticeably higher views than any other time of day. But that doesn't mean you should post in the morning. Let me show you something. If you go to the Analytics tab in StudioPress Audience and scroll down a bit, you can see the times when your audience is most active. And if you look at my graph, the morning is when I get the most traffic, which means it's the best time to post for me, but for you, it's probably different. So align your posting times to when your audience is most active. Now, I also experimented with upload frequency, how often you should post, but the results I got weren't very straightforward between two channels. I posted as little as twice per week and as often as 4 times per day, just to see which was most effective. So right off the bat, 4 times per day was too much. Usually only half of them would ever get picked up by the algorithm, and my overall quality of content dropped on the other end. Posting twice per week worked better. However, it was kind of boring and unproductive since I could have been making more shorts in that time. Now, I found that once per day was a sweet spot because I had enough time to make high quality posts while still posting enough to get consistent exposure. But if you find that once per day is too much, it's fine to tone it down, really. The most important thing is that you stay consistent and don't go too long without uploading, or else you'll end up losing a lot of momentum. So that's my proven advice to making viral shorts. If you helpful this video, subscribe my channel. So I will end this video and see you in the next video.